It's computer.
Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 21 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Bryan, and Reaves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef. I'm realizing as that was playing that was the old theme song. And I was in my head, I was like, should I stop and start over? Should we just like go with it? And it's funny. I decided to not change it. I was like, I was Googling how many Top Chef seasons are there? There are in fact 22 seasons. And if the people who are out there who have good listening ears, you probably heard that theme song said 21 seasons, and it's not wrong.
No, there's
21 seasons.
There's just more than that afterwards, but it's not wrong.
No.
There's at least 21 seasons. At least.
Yeah, so it's not wrong. Is it the wrong theme song? Yes. Is it wrong factually? Absolutely not.
Yeah, no. So everyone take it easy. It's not wrong factually. It's the wrong theme song. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Was that a huge fuck up? Yeah, of course, 100%.
I think
that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the information within the song, which is factual. In a court of law, it holds up.
Yes. And we're going to court a lot these days. Okay. So you're probably like, why'd that mess up happen? Like the guys they're usually like firing all cylinders, usually so good. You've heard me talk, Bryan. Did I say like the welcome to Pod Chef? I did that. Okay. I didn't. Who knows? God, off the rails. The official Top Chef Pod Chef. I'm Bryan. If you're wondering why this episode is like already insane, it's because you've heard Reeves' voice. You've heard my voice. Reeves, what's missing?
Well, to our fans, I know you all are detectives out there and you got some sharp schnauzes, so you sniffed it out. There's no Jamal this week, okay? And the fans, I can hear them right now going, oh, shit.
Hear them pushing the stop button.
Well, they probably they open, they get their new Pod Chef, they get that bing, and it's like salivating starts immediately. Yeah. They open it. First thing you do, how long is this episode? Because that tells you, that indicates who is on this episode. Is Jamal there? They see the episode length, 4 hours. Okay, so there's no Jamal there.
So they made the decision already.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad that everyone out there is choosing which episodes to listen to. Because I can't tell you what to listen to. I've tried. People don't. I don't know. So, This, of course, as I said, is Pod Chef, where we talk about the show Top Chef, but not yet. We will get there. But before that, what's going on in the world?
Yeah.
Is there anything like not terrible to talk about?
Well, that will be topical by the time this comes out. No. But there's a little baby in DC right now. A little baby elephant that was born. That's kind of nice.
Really?
Yeah. A new baby elephant. And now we all get to name it.
Oh, you haven't named it yet. So it's going to be Bodie McBoatface, is what everyone always does for those things. Everyone's always like, I'm so funny.
So can we please, everyone, let's put away our jokes. Let's put away our notebooks of thoughts and humorous stories for 1 second so we can name this elephant.
Something that's not a joke. Here are
Not,
good elephant names.
please.
Peanut,
Yes.
Dumbo.
Dumbo's top of my list. But I gotta tell you, I hadn't thought about Peanut. That puts a real big smile on my face.
That's pretty
Can you
good.
imagine you come up to someone and they're like, hey, my name's Jeff. Oh, and here's my elephant, Peanut. You're like, oh, Peanut.
That's good. I am also a fan
Grabs your dick.
of what? Oh, the elephant?
Yeah. They do that, don't they?
I'm not been around many elephants.
Okay, maybe that was just my experience.
Well, you are not allowed to the zoo anymore, though, right?
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought this up. I mean, I know I'm trying to be all pro zoo, but they won't let me come back because I was the one complaining about how I felt the elephants were coming for my ding dong.
Right. Yeah. And they try to tell you that no one else has that problem.
Yeah. They were like, well, this has happened 0 times. They said, ask us how many times this has happened. I was like, how many times this has happened? They said, none.
Yeah,
And
never
they're like, including what you're saying right now. It's still 0
believe
because
me.
that didn't happen. And somehow I get kicked out because I make a big scene. I start kicking up a storm. It's upsetting the monkeys. And they're like, you're not allowed back because you're a disturbance
Yeah,
to
you
the
can't disturb
animals.
the monkeys.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, you're the ones that turn the lights on in the middle of the night in December. Okay. And parade everyone around. And the animals are just trying to sleep.
I love zoo lights.
It's a lot of fun, but I think the animals don't like it.
No, they hate it. They're trying to go to sleep, and we're all looking at the gorillas.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, though.
Lights in the zoo. All right. I'm there.
Okay, we did that. I Googled great icebreaker questions. I think these ones are actually pretty great. You ready?
And to new listeners, Bryan and I do know each other.
Yeah.
We have known each other for a real long time.
Yeah.
And been doing this for a very long time.
But, and here's something that I've seen on Instagram a lot, and this is things that people are doing. They're buying cards with questions to ask each other for couples, for friends.
Bryan, this is my life.
You got those?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Did I get them? No.
No.
But I am a participant in it.
Do they work?
They're not bad. Those cards, I mean, listen, we got a lot of decks of cards at our house with questions on them.
Yeah. Jack.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 3 of clubs, question mark.
Question mark. Is this really the 3 of clubs? It's a great way to get in someone's head when you're playing.
Good conversation starter.
Yeah. Go fish. Yeah, we have those questions. The new ones, the whole NPR, everyone loves NPR and the NPR questions. They're not bad. But sometimes question card games like that are a little intrusive.
Yeah. Okay.
But those are not too bad. Though some of them are a little bit morbid, the questions.
I'm gonna pivot. What you have. Wait. Hold on.
Everyone at home, just pause.
Wait a sec.
Pause. Just wait a second. Pause the podcast. Maybe hit plus 30 times.
Give it a second. Wait. Hold on. I'm almost there. I've figured it out. I'm just trying to get it.
I'm so excited.
Wait. Okay. Here we go. It's okay. I'll tell you why we're doing this. I've been reading and watching The Hunger Games. And
you read it as you watch it, right?
Yeah.
Page by page.
Yeah. I try to see. I'm like, this doesn't match. And so what that's inspired to me is to be a little bit of a rabble rouser when it comes to things that we've been told not to do. And for longtime fans, you'll know one big rule for us is to never fall in love with each other. Tom gave us 3 rules. That's the one that I remember. What I would like to do right now is answer these questions back and forth to each other. The 36 questions to fall in love. because I'm feeling I want to I want to throw a shot right across the bow of those in charge of me. You can't keep me down. I'm the Mockingjay. Fear's the mind killer. Reeves, if I ask you, yes, go ahead.
Is there a way we can reduce the amount of questions? I feel like
Yeah.
36 might take a long time.
Yes.
Could we do maybe 5?
Okay. You pick a number. There are 36
Ooh.
and they're numbered, and I'll ask you the question. Guys, this is content.
And listeners at home, you think too. Let's say at the same time. 3, 2. Those aren't the numbers I'm picking. I'm counting down. Don't take a breath. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to count down. And then when we count down, we're all at the same time, we're going to say the
Maybe
number.
to not confuse people, count down with letters.
Count down with letters? Okay. C, B, A, 27.
If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for them to know. What the
Okay, if you make the choice, I'm going to be a close friend with someone who is already your partner.
If you're going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for them to know. Now, folks, this is from Remento.co, so you know it's good.
So in this scenario, you have a partner, but you're not friends, basically. You're not close friends. You're friends, but you're not that close.
And this is if you were going to, so you might not even do it.
Okay. Are we going to stay partners? Yeah, but you're not my friend anymore.
No, but if
Can
you
we be close
were,
friends? I'm not going to do it.
what would be important for them to know?
I guess that I have a podcast and that it's my way to get my art out.
Mm-hmm.
That it's the most punk rock DIY thing out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that if you can't get on board with that, babe, we got problems.
Okay. Now I'm going to pick a number and I'll post the question to you and you ask me.
Okay. And you count down, and please use Roman numeral numbers.
Okay. The 3 straight lines.
Wait, I need to pull up the same thing, right?
I was going to send it to you via chat real quick.
That's even better. Yeah, that's right, guys. We got to chat.
Yeah, for chat.
No, you can't be in it.
Actually, I'm going to prove that
you can.
Do I know that many Roman numerals? 4 is VI, right? Or IV?
Yes.
Okay. V, IV, 3 I's, 2 I's, 1 I. 11.
Okay. And now you're going to send me the question I'm going to read out.
I haven't read. I saw the first part of it, and I think
Okay.
it's not good. But here we go.
Let's see here. Okay, so Bryan, take 4 minutes. Listeners already sweating.
We got to hit that hour 45-minute mark for you guys. It's Reeves and I.
35. Oh, no, excuse me, 30.
Yeah.
I keep asking for an extra 5.
Press 8 times and you'll get there.
I call it the Pod Chef rule. There should be a 35 versus a 30 just to get people there faster. Okay, here's the question. Take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible. This is like an oxymoron.
Okay. So I got 4 minutes. 1985. Born. North Carolina. And then a bunch of stuff happened. And then 2020 rolled around, and me and 2 of my best friends made a podcast, and it's called Pod Chef. And in it, we talk about Top Chef and do other fun things. And we've been doing that for 5 years now. And I think that's the most important thing about my life story. And That's all the detail. I mean, you can, I guess, as much detail as possible. You can get the podcast on all sorts of podcast platforms. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify. Um, you can, I don't know, ask me for it. And I'll email you a link. Uh, it's got a theme song. It's got an outro song. It's got a format. The hosts are Bryan, Jamal, and Reaves. Um, I think that's pretty good.
Pretty good. And you didn't even take up the full 4 minutes. You took up maybe 2 if I'm being generous.
Okay, shit.
So that's great.
Yeah.
That's good news for everyone.
Yeah.
That just means you're very succinct.
Yeah.
And I
And
feel like if your partner can't hear that, which I just saw her walk by a couple of times, I think it was like, my ears are burning is what she's thinking. If you can't handle that conciseness, I don't know what to tell you, babe.
if you can't handle me at my concise, you don't deserve me at my whatever the
Most
opposite concise is.
faux bursts. I don't know.
All right. We said 4. Reeves, you got one. Pick a number. And I want you
Oh,
to
yeah.
count down in uh continents, biggest to smallest. You can start wherever you want to start.
Okay, biggest, smallest. That's fun. Okay. Africa, Asia, North America, Australia.
And the number you pick is
Oh yeah. 4.
4. This is actually a really good question.
Ooh.
What would constitute a perfect day for you?
Oh, great. I can answer that real good. Um, so it starts out with me looking at my phone and refreshing my podcast app, waiting for the new episode of PodChef to drop. It doesn't drop. I realize it's the wrong day. I text the group. I say, what happened to the episode? It's supposed to drop. I get no response for at least 2 days. Finally, someone responds, says, oh, I forgot. I don't have the login information to edit it.
I'm snowed in somewhere where I'm not at my PodChef making device.
And again, this is my perfect day.
Yes.
Um,
And it's a couple days, you said.
it's a couple of days. So finally, through a series of texts and back and forth, and someone finally gets access to a computer. The podcast loads. I go downstairs. I make my family whatever they're doing. I tell them all to be quiet. I said, we're going to listen to my podcast now. My wife says, would you like to put it on the TV or whatever? I said, no, I'm going to hold up my phone the whole time and press play. I make everyone sit and listen to it in silence. If anyone laughs, I do a and then I ask for feedback at the end.
Oh, immediate feedback.
And if I get any feedback, I just say, I don't think that's really what we were trying to do, though.
But keep it coming.
Yeah. And then I think that's my day. I think that's pretty much what I do.
That's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, it sounds like a great day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got one more in us.
One more. Okay, you do one. This will be the last one.
Yeah.
So you count down by your favorite, not your favorite, sorry, the best, and maybe the largest constellations that we have out there. And then say the number at the end.
Okay. Okay. All right. Big Dipper.
I knew it.
I don't know a lot. Little Dipper.
Yeah. Sure.
Orion's Belt. I picked number 32.
32. Okay. Those were great constellations, by the way. Those are some of my favorites.
I couldn't think if the bear one is one. Ursa Major, that's not what it's called though, right? That's wrong.
Yeah, I think there's a bear that's smiling, maybe.
Yeah. And it's like holding big potted honey.
Yeah. Maybe a picnic basket too. Okay, here's your question.
Okay.
Oof, this is good. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about?
Oh, wow. Okay. I can answer this one really good. I personally, you know me, nothing's off the table. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
Like, if you're not pushing the envelope, what you even gonna put in the mail, brother? Like, if you're not pushing the envelope, write an email. Like, don't even bother putting the stamp on as far as I'm concerned. But I think one thing where I might draw the line, where if this was done, I'd be like, haha, guys, that's really funny, but maybe we shouldn't talk about that. Is if my good friend Jamal or my good friend Reeves ever once said, hey, like, what if we just like stop doing the podcast? Like, wouldn't that be like kind of funny if one day we just like stop doing it? And I'd be like, ha 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 ha. But like, you know, guys, like, what? Like, you guys know how important this podcast is to me. Or if maybe even you were just like, haha, what if we like didn't, like, if you just like recorded and we just like didn't put it out? Like, ha ha ha. But like people, like, I need this. My home life is not good. It's bad. This is all I've got. So yeah, the question says, what, if anything, is too serious to be joked about? And like I established before I started saying this, I think that everything's on the table, everything's up for discussion. I love a good race joke. I love a good
On this show?
this podcast.
Oh, well, I appreciate your vulnerability there. And to all the real smart alecks at home, that when Brian was giving his answer saying, yeah, well, I guess you actually stopped doing the podcast 3 years ago or so in terms of content. We don't need those kinds of jokes.
No, that hurts. Like
We
I
are
just said, not that's too far.
we are in here week in, week out, day in, day out. We are grinding. We are in this for the grind. Okay. We're not here just to be weekend warriors, come in, film a couple of vignettes, do one match, go home for a couple of weeks. No, we're in here day in, day out.
Days we don't want to do it. Hey man,
Yeah.
I'd rather not do the podcast. I'm not really feeling it tonight. Nope.
No.
Bad.
And you can tell which episodes those are.
Oh, it's obvious. Maybe you're like, I don't even got anything tonight. Should we do a podcast? Yes. Can't not do it.
No, it's got to get
And
done.
we're still doing it. And yeah, maybe 5 years ago we did more.
Yeah.
But at this point, doing more is just doing it.
Hmm.
This is putting in the work. Originally, when it was fresh, putting the work was like coming up with ideas, um, writing things and preparing and like having all this great content. And then you gotta push, and then it gets hard. And then the
It's
work
so
becomes
hard.
showing up.
Mhm.
Maybe you think like if showing up is hard, maybe you should look for something else to do. Like I said, don't joke about that.
That's not funny, and those are the one things that's off limits. We don't joke about that.
Don't joke about that. Well, Reeves, did you fall in love?
No. So Tom is happy, and we can keep the podcast going. Also, we can't call him Mott, and I know there's one other, but I don't remember what it is.
Might have been like saying food weird.
Yeah, coming up with
There
weird
were
names
like
for food.
saying things weird.
Yeah.
Oh, real creative, though. You guys started working hard then. You thought that was the good stuff?
Come on.
All right, with that, let's go on to the segment we do every week. And that's called Chef I Prepared for You, where we tell you guys and our friends, ourselves here, what we had for dinner last night and only last night. And we present it as if we are presenting it to the judges. on Top Chef, which change a lot. And not always the same judge. So maybe I'm presenting to Wolfgang Puck, and maybe next week I'm presenting to Emerald. This week I like to imagine that I'm presenting to Wolfgang Puck and Emerald. Chefs, chefs, last night I procured for you Thai food, red curry with chicken. We did this. I've done this before. I did it again. It's good. It's cold outside. So
Nice. Yes.
the curry's good. Um, any questions?
Now, same place that you have been going to?
We have found a place that we like. I will say this, and I hope this is a one-off.
Oh no.
Portions are a little smaller than they've been, and it maybe doesn't
Oh.
have as much stuff inside of the curry as it usually does. Maybe fewer pieces of chicken, maybe not as many um bamboo shoots, maybe more peppers and the other things. Everyone has a bad night.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't, the worst possible thing you could do is go back and say that to them. Because I guarantee what is going to happen is they're going to pull you and they'll be like, I'm so glad you brought this up because honestly, things aren't going well here.
Mhm.
And
And
I'm glad someone finally noticed that things that we had to cut back and things aren't going well. And if you could really help us out, I think it would be a lot. Like if you could put in a couple of shifts here. I notice you're here a lot.
then
If
you're on
you
the
could come in
hook.
the back and help, maybe just clean up some stuff.
Then you're on the hook. Yeah, clean up some stuff. Do you know how to cook? Or do you got a couple bucks, maybe?
You want to give us some more money? I'm not going to give you any more food, but if you could give us some more money, that would mean a lot to me.
Really help us out. It'll really help us out. Or actually,
Now,
the guy that messed up, you go back there and like tell him he messed up.
that part of the problem is the chef back there, I can't give him any feedback. He won't receive any feedback, and he is fucking up a lot.
He's crazy. He keeps like tossing out the as a gun. Not like aggressively. He just like mentions it a lot. He's like, oh, they had to move my gun over. Things like
Yeah. He
that.
says, I got to go to my car real quick. I got to move my gun.
It's just letting you know it's there.
Yeah. And, he's my brother-in-law, so it's like I
Yeah.
can't get rid of him or anything like that. But then he's also constantly talking about what he's going to do with this gun this weekend.
It takes it to the aquarium.
He said there's some kind of deal. You bring your gun, the gun gets in for cheaper or something. I don't know.
Technically, the gun is under the age of 5, so it gets in for a reduced price. And he says not bringing the gun is leaving money on the table at that point, he says.
Yeah.
Won't stop talking about that gun.
How did it taste, the food?
It's pretty good. It was still good.
It was
Uh,
good.
really enjoyed it. Yeah. It's a good meal. I think it's worth the $18 it costs.
The dish was $18?
Thai food
Damn,
is not
dude.
cheap.
You want to really make yourself sad? Go through your Uber Eats or whatever history. Go back like 4 years. Things were cheap, baby.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I thought you were
Things were
gonna tell me to
cheap.
like add up all my numbers.
Hey, your bank statement can do that for you. That's a real terrifying prospect. That sounds good. Better than pizza. Do you have a reoccurring thing where you guys have a day of the week that you always go there, or you just like it enough that you're constantly going back?
It's just it's whenever our fancy needs to be tickled. Specifically, I've been playing hockey. My hockey nights are Monday now. It starts at 10:15 p.m. It ends at
Fuck.
11:45 p.m. I get home at 12:30 a.m. I stayed up until 2:30 playing on my Switch because I was all worked up from being
Hockey.
I couldn't go to sleep. Woke up the next day, very tired. We were supposed to go to a basketball game that night. I said, I don't want to. Can we just order Thai food and watch wrestling? And my wife said, yes.
Yes, I will do that.
Yeah.
I get that. I many, many years ago was in a soccer league for adults, and the game started at 10 p.m. too.
Give us a
And
break, guys.
and you get back and you're too wired. I had to take a cold shower to get that kill adrenaline out of me, and there's only one way to get that out of me. This is hard to fall asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Stuff. Give us adults a
Sh-
break. Adults, give us a break.
Come on, you can't be up that late. We know more about sleep now. You need more sleep. Chefs, I prepared for you a roasted chicken with a side of cherry tomatoes. I do this a lot. This is my buttermilk chicken. I brine it the day before, salt it. You guys know this. This is a typical dish. Um, I do have a question
For me.
for you, for all people.
Okay.
Do people these days, like me growing up, it was like my mommy would make like a main dish chicken or fish usually. And then there would always be like rice and, broccoli or whatever. Side dishes.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
You don't do a
It's
side dish.
no, I'll cut up some vegetables because I have to, but I'm not making anything else. It's just kind of like what's around that I can quickly chop, if anything. I just ate that chicken. That's all I ate.
With cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, because some of the other people in my family were eating cherry tomatoes or really into them. So I took scraped a couple off the top. Do people do those side dishes? Is that a thing, or have we moved on from this?
I am not I would say that what my eating habits are probably not reflective of the majority of people.
Okay.
If I'm whenever we cook, it's always like one thing. Like you wouldn't make a side dish for like chili, or you wouldn't make a side dish for like a curry. I guess
Mhm.
you could make like a rice that's like part of it. But like, yeah, maybe like a broccoli. We might cook some broccoli. Um, I don't know. Like I don't know. Like like I don't
Yeah. I feel like it's similarly we'll make something that's a bit like a chili or like a casserole or like enchiladas. You don't do anything like a side with it.
know.
But every now and again, it's like I make something that's like chicken or fish, and I'm like, I guess I should make a side, and then I don't make a side, and it's
Not even a
just the
well, yeah, you'll have vegetables if they're there.
yeah. Cut up a red pepper or a carrot or something like that. But like, I feel like my mommy would make all these side things, like and
Yeah.
she had a lot of pots boiling. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I
It has
don't
to be like
do that.
a thing, and then a vegetable. Like it would
Yeah,
like a barbecue chicken, mashed potatoes, and a corn. It's kinda
right.
how it would always be for like me growing up.
Yeah. Is
Usually
that
and then a vegetable.
do people not do that anymore, or is it just
No.
me?
I think if I go to my mommy's house now, we'll still do sides.
Hmm.
Maybe it's a mommy thing.
Yeah, maybe mommies. Is it a generational mommy thing?
All the mommies out there, leave us comments. Um, and by comments I mean ratings, and let us know. Are you a mommy that's out there making sides? Mommy made me make some side.
And and also, like, fucking, you know, so much respect for the mommies out there making sides.
Look,
Like, I'm pounding my chest right now.
mm,
Let's go, mommies.
mm,
Let's make those sides.
mm,
Respect.
mm.
We respect the mommies.
It's enough to do a main mommy, and if you're
Mhm.
also doing a side mommy, you're doing so much.
Mhm.
Nothing but respect for you mommies out there. And the daddies that do it too.
Yeah, daddies can be in there doing it too. Of course they can. Respect for the daddies making their sides.
Mm. All right, closed. What are we doing now? We do silent voting.
Silent, we first we have to pick who is the one that is choosing the winner. But we
Yes.
silently do that.
Yeah. Okay. And on my screen, you're 1 and I'm 2. So we'll hold up fingers.
Jamal's 3.
Yeah. Okay. So we could. Yeah. Okay. On. Let's count backwards from. Oh. Okay. I'll count backwards, and it'll be books in the Hunger Games series.
Okay.
Mockingjay. Catching Fire. Hunger Games. Okay, we haven't done this yet. There's only been 2 people, so there is a chance
We
that
actually have.
go. Oh, we have? How'd it go last time?
Jamal and I
Similarly?
did the exact same way.
Alright, so let's just pretend that I held the same number up as you,
Okay.
which means that Jamal picks.
Yeah. And I guess we'll find out who he picks when he comes back.
Yep, and I don't know the name of the episode, but we'll talk about it when we get back.
And we're back. Welcome back, everyone. We are talking the episode. We're finally on your Top Chef episode. You're welcome. Blah, blah, blah. So this is Top Chef Season 10, Episode 15, Episode 154 overall. Glacial Gourmand. Original air date February 13th, 2013.
2013 is when the Hunger Games Chasing Fire movie came out. Catching Fire came out. That's fine, man. Put it out there.
So we open on the chefs. They're just having a cup of Joe, chatting about how Josh abandoned his pregnant wife to be on the cooking show. And this is the top 3. We got 3 left. Sheldon, Brookie, Joshy, Brookie, and Sheldon. Top 3, or is it? It's not.
It's not.
And then a note is found. They find it in the kitchen. It's a letter that has words and letters cut out from a magazine. It's truly terrifying to read. It says, "Head to the Eagle Crest for your next quick fire."
And I know
So,
with how much money? Unmarked bills, briefcase. Don't bring cops.
yeah, no cops. I'll know if they're cops. I know all of the cops around here, so I'll know if they're gone. So they hop in Sheldon's Toyota Avalon, and they drive up a mountain, and they're met by a helicopter pilot who pulls them over and says, "Get out of this car and get into this helicopter."
And Brooke proceeds to lose her mind.
She has a panic attack. Now, I'm not poking fun at Brooke, but just for the archives here, Brooke, that we know of, is afraid of helicopters, tight spaces, boats.
Mm-hmm.
There could be more, but we know for a
Yeah.
fact those 3.
This is what we know. I don't think I'd cry. I would be afraid to be on a helicopter. They are death traps.
They are. This was going to be a question. You have not been on a helicopter?
I have not.
Okay. Well, I have been on a helicopter. Took a helicopter ride up to a glacier in
Just
New
like
Zealand.
this, sort of.
Just like this. I've lived this life. Okay. I've done that. It's not a big deal. I will tell you, and I didn't see this part in the episode, before you get in a helicopter, they have to do a safety tutorial for you. And the vast majority of it is how the blades of the helicopter could chop your head off at any point during the whole experience, but especially getting in and getting out.
Yeah.
It could chop your head off. Which, puts you in a real good headspace when you're about to be lifted up in a little tiny box that's just kind of like floating around and feels like it could just drop at any point. So I do get her panic with it. She says, let's just wait for the Xanax to kick in. We also see Josh and Sheldon high five, which I thought was pretty fun.
That was a great time.
Yeah. She bursts into tears, and then you just see them high five in the background. Yeah.
I get it. Those things fall out of the air all the time. Really not a great. We haven't fixed that yet.
Can we fix that?
They seem dangerous, but also fast and cool.
They are cool as hell, but I wouldn't go in another one again.
No, you wouldn't.
The only time I would do it is if I was in one and we were flying like very close on a highway and we went like under the bridge in LA,
Hell
like
yeah.
in T2, baby.
Yeah, or or in like M1,
Oh yeah,
3. I'm hanging onto a train and you're coming in there after me. Is it 2?
I think it's one. Isn't it
Oh,
one? The train? I think so. Yeah, those
you
movies
just
are
got
so
the hair
good.
of motorcycles. Um,
Um, I'm sorry. It just I think anytime what I would like, I know we're going on a tangent here, but anytime people think of Mission Impossible now, I want them to think of the Tom Cruise rant during COVID that someone recorded about someone breaking COVID protocol where he was like screaming at the crew. Have you heard this?
I don't think so.
It is one of my favorite rants I've ever heard. He's like,
How does
and
it?
you are gone and you are gone. And if he's gone, then he's gone. And this whole thing is over. He's like, every single night I am on the phone with insurance companies, with producers. We are keeping this business alive. Like he is completely losing his shit. And the best part was after it, a lot of people were like, he was right. Tom was right. He was right to do it.
Where do you how do you rank it? With compared to the Christian Bale freak out? So, 'cause
Oh,
I know you love that too.
that's an all timer.
What's he say?
I
Like,
I think that just for that alone, that line, which I just like, I felt it so hard of like how angry you can get at someone for being absent-minded during a very important thing that's going on in your life or in your professional life. I would put Christian Bale's higher,
okay.
for that part alone. But that Tom Cruise, people, please seek it out.
Have you seen the Broadway guy freak out?
No, I don't think so.
He's like a guy, like a dad, and and it's like him turned around to these women, and he's like, "You're singing," and he's losing his mind. He's like screaming and like, yelling at them, and everyone's like, "He's right." Like, I go to Broadway not to hear you sing Mamma Mia. I'm here to listen to Broadway actor blah 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 sing Mamma Mia, and everyone was like went to bat for this guy.
That makes me sad. I don't like that. I
No,
mean,
don't.
especially no. And I know we're really down the rabbit hole here, but I was at Les Mis, one of my favorite plays ever, yeah, almost a year ago. The place started right as the place started, an entire row of very elderly, like maybe the youngest would have been 80 years old, came in. There was not enough seats. They couldn't get in their seats. They were standing and openly talking at the beginning of this play. And people gave them, I would say, about a minute of
That's
leeway.
that's
And then it kept going. And it was the issue was there was more of them and not enough seats. And they couldn't figure it out. And they're old.
yeah.
And it's dark and it's scary and no one is helping them.
And
So
Les Mis,
they get
yeah, the freaking French Revolution happening on stage.
we're watching Jean Valjean, in his redemption story. And so people gave him these people 1 minute, and then they were so mean to these old people. There's just so much like, and like, you need to be quiet. You need to sit down. And I was like, these people don't, it's not their fault. They're just old. Like someone should come help them. They don't know how to figure this out. And one old man just left. Apparently he sat in the back because
There's
he
no seat
couldn't
for
find
him.
his seat. And then after intermission, the exact same thing happened again, and people I thought they were going to fight and hurt these old people, and it was
I would
not
have
their
lost my
fault.
mind. Yeah, I would have lost my mind.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
sorry.
I wouldn't like it. So the quick fire here.
Wait, I will say there's a very funny thing as they're landing this helicopter, they're looking at dogs, and for whatever reason, they throw this Sheldon quote of him saying, "I would die for some good reefer." And it's so like edited. It's like him being like, "I would die for some good reefer."
Yeah,
I don't know why he says it or why they include it. Dogs make you think of weed, bro? You see these dogs and you're like, dude, I want to get high.
I mean, I don't know why they felt like they needed to like come up like manufacture a joke in this moment when the real joke is they're trying to tell us that these people that man dog sleds are athletes of some kind,
Yeah.
which I can't figure out. So
training. Who eats more, you or the dogs? The fucking dogs, Padma. I'm standing the whole time on a fucking sled.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just yelling at the dogs.
I say mush. At this point, the dog just do it. I don't have to say anything. I'm just being mean to 8 dogs for fucking 3 days.
Yes. So for clarity here, they land and they are met with a whole bunch of good boys and good girl dogs. And they pull them and they're very happy. And then the quick fire here is the chefs have to create a meal for the athletes, again, loose term, that are training for the dog sledding competition, using only the supplies that they already have available at this training camp on a glacier.
They're decent stuff. They don't seem to have not that much stuff. They have kind of everything.
Yeah, it was fine. There's a lot of meats. There's vegetables. It was just like the kitchen was a little. There wasn't a lot of electronics. Like they didn't have blenders and stuff like that. And the stove was kind of like a small space. That was about it.
Oh, that's fine. You have to run to the thing and run back.
Yeah, but I mean, like you got halibut. They were able to make croutons. They got eggs. Speaking of which, Josh makes breakfast again.
And everyone roasts his ass for it.
Yeah. Pamela, they drop the plates down and they leave. And then Pamela is like, looking at the plates. She's like, all right, let's look on. She's like, oh, this looks like some form of breakfast, I guess. I don't know. I guess without looking, I'm guessing this is Josh. She also had a knife in her hand the whole time. She's like flinging around a knife.
Brooke in her talking head was also like, Josh made breakfast, which I guess is the only thing he can do.
Yeah. He was going to make like I think maybe an over easy egg, but it wasn't like setting up. So he had to scramble it. It looks bad. It's like you can see the whites and stuff like that. Like anyone, you scramble an egg, you're not supposed to have the whites in there. Come on. So judging here, like I said, Brooke did a halibut, so did Sheldon. There's also a shot of a beagle on top of a freaking dog house, and the beagle is crying.
Oh, that's where Snoopy lives. And Snoopy,
Guys, exactly. I was like, is Snoopy?
yeah,
Snoopily?
was that Snoopy? Snoopy out there laying upside down on the freaking doghouse?
Yeah.
Doc come over?
He was crying.
Like this. Oh,
Yeah. Little Red Baron hat on. What a weird part of that cartoon.
yeah, a lot of it too. It's like, all right, here's 4 minutes of Snoopy being a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
Okay. I was here to watch fucking Charlie Brown fall on his butt, but I guess I'll watch Snoopy be a fucking jet pilot in World War One,
I don't know.
Two, Korea. I don't know.
So on top here, or I'll just because there's only 3 of them. You got Brooke. She had good croutons again with her halibut. Josh, his eggs, they weren't scrambled enough. And Sheldon, perfect halibut, but the sauce he had was a little bit one note. So the winner here is Brooke, who had the pan roasted halibut and the salad and the beet vinaigrette.
Yes. Brooke's sort of owning this competition at this point. She's sort of taking the whole thing. She's kind of doing it.
100%. So it is so clear that if there was no last chance kitchen element, Brooke is going to win this season.
She's going to wipe the floor with these guys.
Yeah, she is. They're talented, and Sheldon is great, especially.
Yeah.
But it's clear that Brooke is just more experienced, and she's obviously shown this through the years, even now, that she's just very good at these competition shows. Yeah. She's like built for it.
She's built for this.
Yeah. But it doesn't work out for her in the end. This season, at least.
So upset. At the end, like, what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When they're like, oh, and by the way, someone's coming back. She's like, no. It's like she knew.
Sheldon, I'm ready for this. And then here's someone else. She's like, oh, okay, fuck you.
So yeah, Papa says, before I give you your elimination challenge, I got a surprise for you. Let's all get back in the helicopter. So they get back in the helicopter, they go down the glacier, And then she's like, okay, I thought the surprise was going to be here. It's not. So I need to we got to go to it and I need to drive you. Whose car is this?
Sheldon's like, it's mine. All right,
Okay, I'm driving.
give me the keys.
Give me the key, Sheldon.
No,
No,
yeah, yes, I had a glass of wine with my meal, but it's one glass, Sheldon. It's one.
that was like 30 minutes ago, Sheldon.
I drive better with one. I concentrate harder.
I I cannot be driven by you. It's like a legal thing for me and like my probation officer. Like they won't allow other people to drive me because it's like a hazard. Because I hit a taxi driver once. So she drives in what must be like the most awkward car ride.
Yeah.
And they go all the way down to a nice little mansion in Alaska. And they are met by Bam Bam Emerald and Roy Choi, who we know from the Chef Show.
Mhm.
Have you seen the Chef Show?
I think so.
It's the one with him and John Favreau.
Oh, the movie?
So there's that, and then there's the show, which the show is the two of them together, where you the entire time are like, can this celebrity idiot John Favreau shut the fuck up?
I have not seen it. I haven't seen this.
Yeah, so they cook together. It's not bad. It's fine. They kind of show you a lot of cool dishes, and he introduces you to like certain celebrity. No, I don't want to say celebrity, but like chefs, like big time chefs, and their whole like philosophy in cooking. It's cool. It's like a lot of those shows. But most of the time, I'm like, I wish he would stop talking, and
Iron
it would
Man
just
boss,
be,
shut up.
yeah. I really wish it was just Roy Choi because that's kind of like you take, excuse me, like takeaway in this episode. It's like he's like a ready for TV person.
Yeah.
He's
Got good
very good.
there.
Yeah, he's very like vulnerable when he talks about his upbringing.
So awkward. Emerald has no idea what to do with this information. I think Emerald literally says, "That's so cool."
Yeah. So Emerald and Roy cook for them. They all sit down. They break bread together, and then Roy says, "Hey, I gotta tell you guys, I used to be a real piece of shit." Like kind of like I think you should leave style. He was like, "I used to be a huge piece of shit." Okay, I'm not anymore. I'm not.
I'm good now.
Used to be. I said I used to be.
Hair slicks back real nice.
Yeah. Sloppy steaks. That place burned down. And it wasn't until he saw Emerald cooking a braised short rib and red wine that flipped his life around.
That Emerald came out of the TV, which, wow, okay, cool.
Don't you guys?
And then he's like, cut to, I got a big job at a thing. No, I think that's what Joshy said. Joshy was like, I wanted to be a cook. Cut to, I'm at a famous restaurant cooking, and then I saw foie gras later.
Yeah.
But yeah, he pours his heart out to Emerald, who I just the whole time I was like, Emerald, put a hand on his shoulder. Like,
Yeah.
like put a hand on his hand, do something. And Emerald just goes, that's really cool.
That's really cool, man. That's really cool. All right, let's talk about something else.
And then no one said, when he said it was like Emerald jumped out of the TV, and then he said, slap me. No one said, bam.
Come on.
If Emerald comes out of the TV and slaps you metaphorically, or really, I wasn't there, it's got to be with a bam.
Yeah. And that's really what he should have said. Like when finally, like everyone kind of all eyes turned on Emerald to give a reaction, he should have been like, bam. But I mean, this is proof that braised short ribs saves lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need more policy about getting braised short ribs into our community and our rehabilitation programs to save people.
If braised short ribs were just like walking the community, making friends with the community, making itself available, that showing it just there, change lives.
Mm-hmm. Then it's a community working together, a community hand in hand with braised short ribs and red wine. So the elimination challenge here, the chefs have to cook a dish inspired by their memory of the moment they decided to become a chef. Now, for Brooke, she says this is very hard for her because she's like, I've wanted to be a chef since I was inside the womb, basically, like since I was like a little baby, and I don't have memories of that, so I can't tell you.
I don't know. I don't know what I don't know.
I don't know. So I'm gonna make something up about chicken. um, yeah. So Josh here, again with his wife is about to go into labor. We see a clip of him talking to his wife because she does go into labor. She calls him later and she's like, "I wish you were here. I wish you would come." And it is. I get what they're doing story wise because it's like the next day he gets to meet his daughter, which is very nice. Um, and they're trying to kind of connect all the dots of the story of the labor. That clip of her being like, "Please come home." I'm like, maybe cut that one out. It's a little hard to
Yeah.
watch.
It does
Yeah.
it does then go to, I'm guessing, his wife's mom getting on the phone and saying she's having contractions, she can't talk, to which Joshy goes, "Okie dokie," or something like that. He says
Hey, okie dokie.
that's kind of dumb. He's like, "Alrighty," or something like that.
Sounds good to me. All right. Talk to you guys later.
All right. My wife said, if you're always gonna have a baby and Top Chef goes, "Hey, you want to be on Top Chef? Couldn't you go, can I do it next season?" Do you think they'd be like, "Okay," or they'd be like, "No, one shot, you gotta do it now or never again"?
That's a good question. I mean, I think it's changed a bit now. I feel like we've interviewed chefs on the show who have been asked and said no
Oh, because then
a
they've been
couple of times and then
now
eventually
they're like,
did it.
"You can do the show," and they're like, "No."
Yeah. I don't know if it was a little more competitive back then, and so he felt like he had to do it. But I feel like, listen, I feel like most people look at that situation and be like, I would not go.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe he thought this is a once a lifetime thing and it wasn't going to work out any other way. But anyway, so let's stay on Josh a little bit here. Tom comes in as all the chefs are prepping. He asks everyone to, give them their backstory on what reason they came up with their dish. And Josh gives Tom a explanation of why he became a chef.
So, what was an aha moment? What was it? Ironically, wrestling. I couldn't eat mom's cooking anymore. Had to figure out how I was going to make weight. So, just started reading about food. I remember a moment that I'm in the sauna riding a stationary bicycle reading Food and Wine magazine. Yeah. I come across this article about foie gras. And foie gras at the time of 16, that sounded like something I would never see. But
First of all, a magazine in the sauna?
This is what I had an issue with. I don't want to get into sauna talk here, but you don't bring your reading materials into the sauna. Don't do that. It's gross and
Wet.
annoying. It's wet. You're ruining it. Food and Wine magazine, funny specific. Keep that in your back pocket in your next improv scene.
Yeah, where did you get that magazine? Was it
Yeah.
outside of the sauna? Someone was using it before you? You're like, "Oh, can I grab that?"
On the bike in the sauna,
On the bike in the sauna?
you're rolling the bike into the sauna. How big is this sauna?
The biggest workout is pushing the recumbent bicycle into the sauna. Those things are heavy.
You're losing at least 15 pounds of water weight doing that. You've made weight.
Yeah, you're done.
You don't put down the Food and Wine magazine. You don't need to go in the sauna.
And then you're gonna push the recumbent bike out of the sauna afterwards after you've been in there for how long it takes to read about foie gras and Food and Wine magazine?
Attention all Gold's Gym employees. The sauna is currently out of service. Someone pushed a bike inside the sauna. No one can fit in, nor anyone can get it out. It is out of service for the rest of your life now.
This whole story's bullshit, right? Like,
It's
Josh,
so specific.
whose whole thing is bacon. He has 4 shirts that say bacon. It's for sure his spirit animal, which you can't say anymore, but he for sure says it. And he says that foie gras is what made him start cooking, and that's what he's going to cook. Liar. I call bullshit.
Because the story is he read an article about it, and then he was like, wow, I'm never going to have something like that. And then he did.
I should become a chef.
I should become a chef. Okay. Yeah, listen, this is a little hard. Not everyone. I mean, to Brooke's point, she was the most honest about it. She's like, I don't know. I'll cook whatever I want.
Yeah.
But this story is filled with lies.
It's
As specific as it is.
Yeah.
It's a lying story.
I was trying to wrestling, couldn't eat mom's food anymore. Okay, just eat less. It's portion control. I'm in the sauna, on the bike, reading Food and Wine magazine, an article about foie gras. Baby, I mean, come on. Again, you mentioned improv, great specific. You mentioned a
I
relationship.
love it.
You gave me a location, and you gave me a specific. And you also gave me a weird thing. You're on a bike in the sauna. That's the game. Just play that again. What else are you doing in the sauna? If this is true, what else is true? Do you taxes in there?
That's all we need, baby. We're off to the races.
Blow it up. Of course, eventually, God's in there. You got to take it to heaven or hell, whatever. Devil's in there. It's hot in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's a big liar.
Foie gras gross. I've never had it. It looks awful. And then to make it worse, he blends it and puts it in a tube. He does a torchon, which is French for dish towel.
How would you like your foie gras? Dish toweled, please.
The dish towel, please. Can I get the dish towel duck liver that's been force-fed feed for a fucking week? It needs 3 days to set. Do it in 4 hours. I need it now.
It is, animal cruelty.
Yes.
I don't care what that This American Life episode said about it.
Did it say it was good?
No, they did this one that's very interesting about like this guy that like he had this free range ducks, and so it wasn't like they were force feeding them.
Well, the whole thing is that they got force fed. That's like how you do it.
Yeah, but this one apparently they didn't, and it was he had food hidden in places, and then it was like the best liver ever. But anyway, this is like 15 years ago at this point. It's lies.
But you can't taste the suffering. That's why veal tastes so good.
Yeah. It does taste good.
It's because the suffering.
But it's bad. Yeah. It is bad. We shouldn't eat it. I mean, foie gras tastes like it's like meat butter, basically.
Have you had it?
Oh yeah. It's all over the place in France. Yeah.
It's worth the suffering. Isn't that good?
It isn't worth it. But there is something that when I look at menus when I go to restaurants, I'm like, ooh, that stuff's good. I shouldn't get it.
Good.
Yeah.
It's like diamonds. Reality, they're fucking worthless, but they've made it. And look, we do this all the time. We're talking about diamonds all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You get them made in science now, and they're just as good. But your wife goes, "This isn't fucking real," because she's been conditioned and programmed to make you think you got to spend 3 months of salary on a diamond. In reality, just a fucking rock, dog. It's the same thing as a pebble. Only K Jewelers told you that you need to put it on your wife's finger. And if you don't do it, you're a bad husband.
This is why Brilliant Earth, which I think is still a thing, is where everyone should get their fake rocks.
Just get a fake rock.
Just get a fake. It all looks good. So the next day, again, Josh FaceTimes with his daughter. The chefs are in their house kitchen cooking. And then the governor of Alaska and his wife show up.
When they announced that, my wife was like, is that going to be Sarah Palin?
Great question. He succeeded Sarah Palin.
Just missed her.
Yeah, just missed her on the way out. This is Sean Parnell, who is a registered Republican, but by today's standards, he is basically a liberal cuck extremist. Um, he's there. His wife, the first lady, is there, as is Padma, the wolf, Bam Bam, and Tom. So it's the usual
Gail's fighting
suspects
too, right? Gail's here too, right?
That's right. Gail's there. We don't get a lot of like Gail talking, but Gail is there. I feel like Gail has almost been marginalized a little bit this season because
Like
of the
not a full judge, I feel, this season. She's like a special guest every now and then.
yeah. Maybe she had something else going on, but it really feels like they're trying to give more Emerald.
Emerald feels like he's the other judge. He feels like it's
Yeah.
Padma, maybe the Brow, and then like Emerald, and then maybe Wolfgang is also there. Way more than Gail's there.
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to like up the celebrity to try and get some eyes on it or whatever. But it's like Gail's part of the secret sauce here. You need Gail in there.
It doesn't work without Gail, and we'll see when Padma's new show comes out. No Gail, no Tom. See what happens.
Yeah, but I guess we'll see. We'll see how special it is, which we will be doing the ratings every single week on the, I guess, Monday Night Wars. That's when all these things are airing.
Actually rules.
Well, I think her show would be, if it goes on after Survivor, I think that's Wednesday. But anyway, so the dishes here, Brooke does a braised chicken and grilled quail. Josh does foie gras 3 ways. And Sheldon does a pan roasted rockfish based off of a Hawaiian chef, celebrity chef who had a TV show that got him interested in cooking. So Sheldon's dish, nice, pretty, but the fish was a little too salty. He had this thing where Tom got in his head about like, you got to wait till the last minute to cook this fish. So he waited too long, and then his dashi got like a little overcooked and salty.
There's a question that make me sound stupid.
Yes.
I thought I knew what dashi was. And then at some point in this episode, Sheldon says, I used some of the dashi from the fish. It come from a fish?
So dashi, and this is my understanding.
Okay.
And I also just looked up to make sure I'm not misquoting, but I was, to all the fans, I was right before I looked it up. It's basically a soup stock. So you remember, you see the shot of like the fish head in boiling water, and like the mouth like slowly goes, wow, opens. He used the fish to make the stock.
Water. Like that?
I love it. Bring those things back.
Please.
So it's just you use like fish heads and stuff like that to make the stock. And so it's like,
is it fish stock specifically?
Yeah, I don't want to be insensitive to it because I know it is like, it's a Japanese origin. Like that is kind of my understanding. It's basically a stock, like a very fine, clear stock.
It wouldn't be like a chicken stock. That wouldn't be dashi.
No.
Okay.
Right.
Got some of the dashi from the fish, and my brain went, it's a part of the fish?
You use the fish to make it. Yeah. Yeah, educational, this podcast, even though everything I said could have been wrong.
You looked it up. Right.
Prove us wrong. Write it in the comments.
I said I don't want Google AI. It still does it.
So Brooke's dish, lots of layers, flavor, it's good. Quail a little overcooked. And then Josh's dish.
Quail is too overcooked. Everyone else is fine with it.
Yeah.
Mine's a little overdone, which sounds like a preference thing.
Yeah, it's like a you problem.
Also, as far as Sheldon's dish goes, everyone loves it, and then one person's like, it's too salty. And at first, I thought that Padma and Tom and Gail would be like, no, it isn't. We want things to be as salty as possible. Because they didn't comment on it at first. And we know they love fucking seasoning.
Yeah. They love a salt more than the Europeans do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think it was Roy that's like, because Roy really puts him over and it's like, I love this. It's like, reminds me of home, good flavors, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, it's a little salty though.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, yeah, it is. It is salty. He's right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I thought it was salty too.
Me too. I was going to say that. But you started talking first. And then Josh, they like the foie gras, but the torchon,
Dish
how do
towel.
you say it? Yeah, the dish towel, it wasn't set.
So
And
it,
Tom
go ahead, sorry.
really digs in on this later at Judge's table. He's like, how long do you need to do this? And Sheldon's like, well, you need over a day. He's like, yeah, that's right. Can't do it in less than a day.
Gotta you gotta temper your expectations. Tamper? Tepid? Who cares? Let's go.
Tepid. So yeah, they lay into them for that. They love Brooke. So the winner here is Brooke, of course, for her braised chicken, grilled quail, and carrot barley and pickled vegetables. She moves on to the finale. Of course, you know this. Um, it should be noted that whoever goes home has one more shot to go head to head with the great one here, Kristen Kish. So whoever gets eliminated is the last person in last chance kitchen here.
I have a logistical question.
Yes.
We have talked to chefs who have been on the show who have told us that Last Chance Kitchen is filmed at the end of the show, like right before the finale happens. They kind of do them all in like a few days. It doesn't actually happen like week after week.
Right.
How does it work when they're in Alaska? Like, are they shooting a bunch of them before and then just sending the winner to Alaska? Like they've like, I guess I didn't watch Last Chance Kitchen. Does it happen like in Alaska, or does
I
Josh
feel
have to
like
go back to America? Or
so. Well, we need to watch it. That's a good question for this season because the clips for the last episode of Last Chance Kitchen for this episode looked like they were in a kitchen versus like outside, but some of the other ones did look like they were outside doing something, and it looked cold. So I don't know. I feel like what makes sense production wise is what you described and what other people said is they do it all in one, they knock them all out, and then they send that person once they're done. Because otherwise, like you'd be wasting time and like you'd have to be paying a whole production crew and stuff like that. I feel like you just knock them all out at once.
yeah. So Kristen's already in Alaska.
Probably.
No,
Just
but they go to LA, don't they?
Yes. Oh, so that's probably what it is.
That's what it is.
So they're in Seattle. Maybe they sent them all to LA and
Yeah.
they all just did it in LA and then they're going to meet up if they're there.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
All
Figured it out. So in the end here, our friend Joshi is eliminated.
Josh, please pack your knives and go.
It's been an honor, guys. Thank you so much.
Josh.
Yeah, but I came here to be top chef. Anything short of that is a failure. Thank you, guys.
Thank you both for a great competition. Congratulations, Sheldon. You will be going to the finale. The hardest part.
It's tough. That's the right decision. All good things must come to an end, baby.
Josh.
Anyway, no worries. I was going up against two super talented chefs. I wish both of them luck. It's going to be a fantastic finale. All right. I feel lucky to have come this far. So, you guys knock them dead in LA. Maybe I'll see you.
Hi, Josh. Yes.
One challenge from the finale. That's the hard part. Right now, I have a bittersweet taste in my mouth. But if I get the opportunity to compete in Last Chance Kitchen for a chance to come back to the finale, that would be a little revenge.
You think he'd be like, I get to go home to my kid?
Yeah. Top of his list.
Yeah.
I actually threw that challenge because I needed to get out of here. I wanted to get home for my child.
Yeah. I will mention, I forgot to mention it when Padma says, like, Josh, do you have any news for us? And he says, yes, wife had a baby. Everyone claps except for Tom.
Does he not? I didn't notice that.
I think towards the end, he sort of starts to raise a glass, like to be like, congratulations, but he doesn't clap. Everyone else does. He does not clap.
Maybe he's distracted by something. He is like, well, I want to do my speech. I'll wait till everyone stops clapping. Got my glass. That's interesting. I'll have to watch that back. So where are they now? Josh Valentine. He's worked as an executive chef, as a butcher, as a hog farmer, as a private knife for hire. He's not the easiest person. Yeah, I know. to find anything on. Doesn't have a website. He has Twitter, but there's not really anything on it.
Stay
It
away
seems
from XX 2021.
it seems like what, speaking of private knife for hire, it seems like a lot of what he has been doing is like he will pop into restaurants all around kind of Oklahoma where it's like he's the guest chef for tonight and he's going to cook a menu for people, cook a bunch of stuff. So that's what I can tell. I don't know if he's doing anything else. I know he has opened some restaurants in the past, but right now, no idea.
Restaurants are hard they don't stay open. They don't want to
Yeah.
stay open.
They don't want to. Every time we try and keep them open, they won't stay
Visit
open.
restaurants. Folks, keep going out there. I'm doing my part every day. By getting takeout. Join the fight.
Yeah, he's going to get his curry despite the fact that one of the chefs brings a gun every day to work and won't tell anyone why.
Nonchalantly, like, oh, I got to take the HOV lane, gun in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
That
It
gun.
was nice. Zipped my way here. My gun in my hand.
Okay, that is the episode of both Top Chef and of Pod Chef. Look, baby, we went long. It's Bryan Reaves. It's what we do. We don't lie. We told you at the beginning it's gonna be long. I'm gonna add the outro later, so this feels weird to do, and I don't do the pack your knives and go thing. So I'm just gonna say, take care of yourselves. Go on Remento or whatever it is.com. Find 36 questions to ask your loved ones, your partner. Fall in love. Or don't. We didn't. I don't care. Live your life. Bye.
Bye.